Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to Tom MacDonald, Brainwashed. Now this is one of my favorites from Tom MacDonald, and I thought I'd do a reaction to it. Haven't done a reaction on the channel to it yet, so yeah. Now Bryson Gray does have a new one called Elon Musk. I will get that in a few days or maybe tomorrow. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I'll get to it eventually. But let's get right into this. All my links are down in the description below. Now let's get started. Tom MacDonald, Brainwashed. Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted. Alright, right off the bat, pausing it. Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. I'm not sure whether he's talking about liberals or like the socialists or the progressives. Liberals are not progressives, by the way, but if let's just say he's talking about liberals, because that's what I feel like most conservatives really are talking about. The liberals, yeah, they go on about things like Black Lives Matter and the LGBT, but they are fake woke. To truly be woke, you gotta understand things like systemic racism and wealth inequality and the negative effects of capitalism. You gotta be anti-imperialism, and most liberals are none of those. They might recognize the systemic racism, but they really don't understand. Let's face it, liberals don't understand much. So let's continue. Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. Yeah, the news used the coronavirus vaccine as a distraction from the corruption going on. They push like, oh, you gotta get the vaccine, and we're just trying to protect you. We're not profiting off of this. Look how much the insurance companies have made off the COVID-19 vaccine. I probably shouldn't be saying vaccine because this might get removed. So I'm going to stop. Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. Politics, celebrity, gossip, popular, neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? I'm going to turn up the desktop audio just a bit. But black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? I'm not sure if that's the way I see it. Of course, I do believe that the liberal Democrats exploit black people. Like, take for example during Black History Month, Google was exploiting black people and using Black History Month to capitalize. They ran an ad campaign where there was like our new Google Pixel phone will make your black people's skin color look right, how it's supposed to, when all it really did was lighten their skin. It's kind of racist, but yeah, they were they were using Black History Month to exploit black people, and that's why I don't support most like that. It's really just a marketing tactic by corporations. Politics, celebrity, gossip, popular, neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But yeah, I can understand this. I do think that a lot of our wars are pointless. I believe he says this in a few lines from now. If you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month. Yeah, get a whole Pride Month. Pride Month. Pride Month, as he's about to say, is just propaganda. What Pride Month's like Black History Month, just propaganda that corporations use to exploit minorities. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mask that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. I do think the mask works. However, Anthony Fauci's not going to help you know whether the mask works, because this guy goes back and forth on every single frickin' thing he says.
We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies.
Yeah, we need to defund the police because most police funding goes towards militarization.
They mouths don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth.
Yep. The media, whether you're watching CNN or Fox News, it's all full of crap. MSNBC, NBC, all the mainstream media is not trustworthy. So yeah.
Like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog.
Let me talk a little more on the media, and then I'll get back to what he's about to say. Media is like, you got Fox News, the conservative news, trying to get conservatives riled up against what, quote, the left. The liberals are not left-wing. Liberals are right-wing, and I will die on this hill. True lefties are socialists, communists, things like that. Not saying socialists and communists are the same. They're clearly not. Anybody knows who doesn't watch propaganda knows this. But and like CNN, that's the propaganda for the liberals. So yeah, they're both really full of just narratives to make you believe a certain way, and distract you from what's really going on.
Every patient that gets cured is a customer lost.
And you go back there.
Like Big Pharma doesn't cure you, dog, because every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And Big
Pharma doesn't cure you. No, Big Pharma doesn't cure you. They want to drug you up in order to profit off you. That's what they're using. The jab, the vax. They're using that to profit off you. They don't care. They don't give a crap. They don't even. There apparently are side effects to it. Now, I've been double vaxxed, but I haven't seen the side effects. But there are possible side effects, I've heard. And the fact that they just released it without doing a bit more testing on it shows that it's a profit-first model. And the fact that they won't send it to poorer countries, they're intentionally extending the pandemic. Or were. I don't think the pandemic is as big of a deal now. It may still be, but it's not in the mainstreams. It's not the narrative anymore. It's not the narrative anymore.
Oil runs the world. The only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming.
Based Tom. Isolationist Tom here. Yes, all the wars that get fought are just for resources. Or most. I'll say most. There may have been one or two wars. The Civil War. That was a justifiable war if you're on the north side. I better not say more further than that because I'm going to get a lot of people in the comments upset by that comment. But yeah, most wars, the Afghanistan, we didn't do crap in that. That was 20 years of. I digress. This video is already 9 minutes long. We're in 43 seconds into the song. Oh my. Let's continue.
And if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just.
Yeah. Now, I don't really think this is as big of a deal as conservatives make it out to be, but there are some, I will call them liberals because I don't think there's actual socialists that go on about this. But, yeah, there are some liberals like, if you're not a black woman talking about this, it'll be a black woman on there talking about this. If you're not a black woman talking about this, all the misogynistic men or all the white men need to keep their mouths shut about this situation. Like, take for example the Chris Rock. I mean, yeah, Will Smith smacks Chris Rock. Yeah, that was literally one of the arguments these idiots come up with. So I'll give them that one. I'll give them that one.
Let's have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist.
No, I don't think all Republicans are racist. And I do think the Republican politicians are, most part, racist. But at the end of the day, the Republican Party's main motives is to push capitalism and profit. That's profit and power. And to downplay and to mark anything that questions capitalism or tries to fix anything within capitalism as socialism, communism. But when we're talking about Republican voters and things like that, no, I don't think they're bad people. I don't think a lot of them are bad people. I think they're one, they're misunderstood, and two, they really don't know what they're talking about. But I can understand.
The government wants
I'm a former Republican, a former conservative as well. Don't know exactly how conservative I actually was, though.
Everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably...
Let's go back there.
The government wants everybody fighting with... Trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all
For the most part, liberals don't have common sense. Not whatsoever. Conservatives are the ones that are usually labeled as dumb. But liberals don't have common sense whatsoever.
Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us.
Yeah, if we put aside our differences, we would be going against the government because the government has done some terrible crap throughout the history of this country, and it still continues to. There's all kinds of things they're trying to cover up. They're trying to get Edward Snowden in trouble, go put him in prison because he leaked some the shady crap the United States government has been doing. So yeah, let's continue.
Cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
Yeah, everybody picks team. Let's just pick team, Republican, Democrat. My take on that is the Republican and the Democrat Party are two sides of the same coin. Whether you vote either one, unless you vote the most. I don't know about the most. I don't think that any. I'm not too sure about that. I don't know if there's any Republican in the Republican Party, Republican politician or Republican Party that is different from the status quo or not. Now, in the Democrat Party, you got a few that are progressives and socialists. But, like Bernie, for example, he'll never get in because he's not part of the status quo. And third-party candidates like Andrew Yang, for example, he won't get in because it's not part of the status quo. So, or Green Party, like Howie Hawkins, they won't get in because the duopoly controls things. Republican, Democrat. The Republicans get in, do some absolutely crazy crap, and then the Democrat gets in and undoes it, and that's literally all they do. it's just back and forth, and it will continue to be back and forth until we can get. I think Bernie Sanders could change stuff, but I don't think he'll ever be able to get in because the duopoly is too powerful. Yeah, or we could get a third party candidate, but not that likely with how corporations control the votes and things, and lobby and control the politicians and things, bribes. But let's continue.
The world's brainwashed.
It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
How did monkeys?
Yeah, it's us against them. A lot of people on my side, I'll admit that a lot of people on my side, like, yeah, the conservatives are fascists, things like that, but I feel like they don't realize that the conservatives are not really our enemies. The elites are. I love it when they point out hypocrisy within the Democratic Party, though, because the Democratic Party is no different than the Republican Party. They are not exempt from criticism. So let's continue.
Monkeys become people and people turned into sheep. They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us. I find it hard.
Yeah, but that what happens when you don't regulate businesses.
To believe, cause they've been selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the
Let's go back.
selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're
Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. Yeah.
left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I
Yeah. The government basically, thanks to stuff like the NSA, they can basically just track every single thing you do, and corporations allowed to do it too. Like I've got a phone plan under AT&T. They probably know my search history and everything. They're supposed to keep it up for till like 7 years, so they probably know a lot of stuff I do on my phone. They probably got history. They probably got my location history too. I've got location turned off though. I can't turn it off for Google. For some reason, Google won't let me turn it off. Probably because they're one of the most powerful companies that operate my phone. So
don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censor
yeah, Joe Biden, he's got one foot in the grave. But he ain't gonna do crap anyway. Did anyone really believe him when he said that he's going to be the most progressive president in history? I mean, some people had to believe it because they voted for him.
in the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people get
Foreign ballistic. What now?
bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles.
Oh, kicking Trump off the platform. Yeah, I hope Elon Musk brings him back. It'd be funny.
You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm.
Yeah, liberal. Gun control. A socialists don't actually want to get rid of guns. Unless we're liberal. Let me reword this. I'm saying this wrong. Liberals don't understand guns, and they're the ones that want to get rid of guns. They don't understand them, and they know they can kill people. The guns can kill people, so they're like, let's get rid of guns. Let's not worry about regulating them, which we should be worried about. We should be worried about background checks and things like that. But no, they'd rather ban assault weapons.
Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun? Why?
Yeah, the police and the government are not trustworthy as it is. If you don't have the right, well, then again, the police, they can shoot you if you got a gun. Take the Amir Locke case, for example. They busted in no knock warrant. had a pistol on him, which legally owned pistol. He had every right to carry the pistol, and he didn't have any criminal record or anything. And then he was the he didn't even have his finger on the trigger. They shot him like 6, 8 times. Well, one, the front police officer did, the one in the front. And your gun rights don't protect you from police breaking into your house at 3 a.m. So
white privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So
I mean, that's a pretty decent argument, but it's not true. Systemic racism is a thing, and the systems of the country are inherently racist. That's what critical race theory teaches. It doesn't teach that white people are inherently racist. That's nonsense. I'm sure there are people who believe that. They're probably liberals, but anyone who does believe that is absolutely retarded. But yeah, systemic racism kind of is layered within the capitalistic model and basically how this country was set up. I'm not saying that racism was invented within the country. No, United States did not invent racism. Racism predates way back, goes way back in the history. No one's arguing that. Well, maybe someone, but not me. I'm not arguing that. But yeah, systemic racism is a thing. I know a lot of moderates that even admit to this. A lot of centrists admit to this.
conflict is between us and never with the
And Tom MacDonald's even said it before, but he kind of just goes back and forth on it.
system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them.
They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us. But we won't let freedom die, the whole world's brainwashed.
Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
The whole world's brainwashed.
It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step
Alright, we're into this best part of the song. Teach the people only to consume. I used to think that refers to like consume like news and media, but I think that really refers to like within the capitalistic model, everything's about materialism. Just consume more than you need. Always like you gotta have a new phone. I'm guilty of this too. I've had like 4 phones. I mean, none of them are real good. I currently have an A01, Samsung Galaxy A01. But yeah, people like always gotta have a new product. I mean, the apocalypse that's going on, that doesn't exactly help. Everywhere you go, you see an ad. So that has a lot to do with it, and it has a lot to do with capitalism. I don't think he's criticizing capitalism because I think he's like a centrist between conservative and liberal, rather than a centrist between right and left. Basically, in our words, centrist between capitalism and socialism. That's just my thoughts, but let's continue.
Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate.
Yep. The news, the mainstream news is absolute poison.
The children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phone.
Now, the indoctrination argument, they're not indoctrinating children. You might find one nutcase in one school in the United States, but critical race theory, there's a conservative website that even shows that critical race theory is only being taught in colleges and universities. And if we're talking about the LGBT thing, like teaching children to be gay, that's not happening either. There may be one kook that's trying to do that, but they just find one case like that and then just put it on Fox News to push the cultural war.
Phones that they use. Step 4, separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white.
Misusing the words right and left. Liberals are not left-wing. If you're talking about conservatives and liberals versus socialists, then maybe, but he's not talking about. He's talking about conservatives and liberals. They're both right-wing.
From the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate them more. Step 7.
Yep. Well, again, he's talking about conservatives and liberals. Conservatives, oh, we must preserve religion and things like that. The country is founded on religion. And then liberals are like, oh yes, the LGBT, we must fight for them, yet we don't really understand anything about the LGBT. We don't want to fix the laws that would actually help the LGBT or race. I think race is a better argument for this one. But yes, worry about black people. Never have one in their house before. Christopher Webby made this argument before. Never have one in their house before. Let's worry about just protesting about the. We don't even know how to fix it, but let's worry about protesting about blacks being treated equally, because there's just so much racism going on. When in reality, the main racism going on is systemic. Through the system. They don't understand that because they don't have any common sense whatsoever. They're just a bunch of virtue signalers.
Fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step 8, put it on the news every night. Step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called situational design.
Yeah, for the most part, I agree with them.
They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us, but we...
I don't feel like we're that ready to fight, because I feel like there's still a lot of people that are very brainwashed. Some conservatives too, more like the older conservatives, because I think a lot of the young conservatives are very weary of the news and don't trust it. Like the neoconservatives, I don't think they trust the news.
We won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed.
Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
The whole world's brainwashed.
It's us against them, it ain't you against me.
Alright, so that's Tom MacDonald's Brainwashed. Tell me how much you hate me down in the comments below, because that's literally most of the comments I get. But that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you like, hope you subscribe. We're at 57 subscribers. 95% of you are not subscribed, so if you don't completely hate me, maybe consider subscribing if you want different perspectives and things. Kind of take a step outside your comfort, your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your comfort, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Try not to kill each other, and peace.